everybody. My name's Diane Kline, and I'm so happy you're here today. And I write a column for the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, and it's called Quirk Out, Crazy Things Women Do to Stay Sane. I like to say it's where Martha Stewart meets Tina Fey. You know, it's the kind of thing where you get some great tips, but we wrap it up in humor. And why do we need tips? It's because we are so busy as women. We have no time to do anything. Anytime you run into a friend and you say, "How are you doing?" It's always, "I'm so busy. I'm so hectic. I'm so crazy." I cannot wait to find a friend when I run into them and say, "How are you?" They go, "I'm very relaxed. I'm very calm. I'm very zen. Everything in my life is in control." Because I would say, "Did you buy yourself a housewife?" I mean, that would be the reason why. But because we're so busy and there's so much going on, things drive us crazy. And my attitude is, stop driving yourself crazy. You already are, you know? So what are some of the things that drive us crazy? The first thing I can want to talk about that drives us crazy is buying a pair of blue jeans. All right? Oh, this sounds like it would be a fairly simple task, right? But there you are in the dreaded dressing room with the three-way mirror. Oh, my God. Thank you, Nordstrom's. And you're pulling on pair after pair after pair, and finally you put one on and it actually fits. Oh my God, it's good in the butt, it's good in the thighs, it's good in the length. And then you drive yourself a little crazy and you say, what if I gain weight? These are not going to fit anymore. Or, you know, I've been on a diet lately and I've been doing pretty good. I might lose weight and then they're going to be too loose. So what does a very smart person who doesn't drive herself crazy do? She buys them in the pair she has on her body. She buys them in the lower size pair, and she buys them in the higher size pair. Okay, how many of you done that? Really? I mean, I know we all have. And another thing with blue jeans, you're at home and you're getting dressed and you decide you want to wear blue jeans and you open up your closet and there are all these jeans if you spent all this time buying. And you pull one out at a time, and this one's not long enough because you want to wear your new boots with the big heels. These are too short, and you want to wear your ballet flats. These make you look like you're a fat, pregnant mother, and these just make you look like your mother. And so you end up wearing the same pair over and over and over, no matter how many you have. Although now you have the problem, you have Mount Everest pile of blue jeans on the floor. And you look around hoping there's a Sherpa who will help you hang them all up. But no, there's not there. But that's another moment of genius. One place that drives us crazy, and there's always something going on in this, is when we go into our purses. People have crazy things that they keep in their purses. So now I just want to open it up for a minute and say, who has something really a little crazy in their purse that you could share with us? I mean, just imagine that you're amongst all your friends here. Who has some? I see a hand here.
No, don't. I always carry a Kool-Aid cup in my purse.
Do you drink a lot? Is that something you'd like to share with us? Because this could be a 12-step meeting. We could turn it into a 12-step meeting.
I'm going to go no comment on that.
And I see you wearing a jacket with a St. Louis Cardinal. Is your Kool-Aid cup a St. Louis Cardinal Kool-Aid cup too?
Absolutely it is.
And if you see her leaving with a beer in her purse, you'll know that at least it's going to stay cold all the way home. Who else has something crazy in their purse that they would like to share?
I do.
Oh, okay. Back there.
I have a taser.
A taser? Is that what you said? Oh my God, is this if I'm not good? Is this something that's going to happen, that you're going to take it out if I'm not funny, that you're going to use your taser? Is there anybody you've actually used it on in the lobby that we should know about? And
Not yet.
I think, how long have you had a taser in your purse?
Well, I just put it in today.
And we're glad you did. Who else has something crazy in their purse? Nyla?
I have a knife.
Oh, okay. Is
It
it what?
belonged to my grandmother.
Eh.
It's so cool.
Would you like to share a little bit more about the knife? Is it?
I don't think she ever stabbed anybody.
Have you met the woman with the taser? Because the two of you might be good friends. You might want to start dating. I don't know. It could work out.
I'm your backup. Okay?
She said she's your backup. I love it. So I
just realized I have a copy of my passport in my purse.
Not the passport, a copy of
A
it.
copy, you never know.
Is this because you might have to go like to Puerto Rico quickly, or
You never know.
yeah? Would it be a pleasure trip you're going on, or
I hope so.
just don't want to make sure you don't have to leave the country after for embezzlement or something? And I think you had your hand up there too.
Because I found this in my purse.
I can't. What is it? I can't see
It's a
it.
screwdriver.
Okay, and would you like to share?
Because you never know.
What? Give us an example of something you might use your screwdriver for, just on a given day.
Yeah, what?
It's kind of short and stubby. Not sure. In case of emergency.
Maybe we'll leave it at that. But that's the funny thing about women. Something's always driving us crazy, and something's always in our purse to help us out. And this is where I want to talk about the difference between men and women. Okay, first of all, look down, and it's not the obvious place. Go to your feet. That is the difference between men and women. It's shoes. Shoes are what separate the boys from the girls. Shoes drive women crazy. We love them. We shop for them. We think about them, we look at them, come on, admit it, you even pet them in your closet sometimes because they make you so happy. But here are some thoughts about shoes. So I know so many women who have gone to stores to buy shoes, and they find, they're at Nordstrom's, the mecca of shoes, and they find a pair and it's beautiful and they love it and it's comfortable and it fits and it's on sale, and they bring it home and they open up that little box like it's a gift, and they unwrap the tissue paper. It's like a ritual, and you take them out and you look at them and you're so excited, and you go to put them on the floor in your closet and you realize, I already own these shoes in multiple colors. But that's not the crazy thing, because the solution to this problem is not to return the shoes, it's to think, boy, I must really like them, I better have another backup pair in it. You can never have too many pairs. Backup shoes are big for women, and it's a big solution when you find a pair of shoes that you like, right? Another thing with shoes is at your desk, you get ready for work in the morning and you put on the shoes you need, but you never know what's going to happen on any given day. That drives you crazy, right? Suddenly, you think you're going to have a casual day and your boss calls you and you have to have a meeting with a client. Suddenly something happens and your feet hurt and you just wish you had comfortable shoes, which is why most women under their desk, in their little hidden closet under their desk, don't ask me how we created that, we have extra shoes. Multiple pairs of extra shoes. I have a pair of black pumps, I have a pair of black flats, and I have a pair of sneakers in case I want to run a marathon. Anything that could happen during the middle of the day. I would have bunny slippers underneath my desk if I could get away with them at work. But it's so funny because men don't understand this at all. They get to wear comfortable shoes all the time. But for us, these are brilliant solutions about how we handle things that drive us crazy. And here's what I want to say. Women are genius at problem solving and figuring this stuff out. Now, you probably have never stopped and said, you know what? I really am a genius. You probably have never said, I'm kind of like Einstein. Well, maybe you said that on a really, really bad hair day. But the fact is, nobody problem solves better than a woman and figures things out and finds solutions. And I want you to remember that as we go through this evening about how really smart you are at multitasking and how you get so much done in a day. And just think back and say, I can do anything if I can do all of this. So here are some other things that women are very, very brilliant about figuring out and solving. Let's start with money. How many of you like to shop at a store called Kohl's? Have you all shopped at Kohl's? Have you ever heard of Kohl's Cash? Oh, yeah. So Kohl's has this wonderful program that when you buy something, for every $50 you spend, you get another $10 in Kohl Cash, which you get to spend at your next time you go into the store. Now, how many times have you been checking out and the clerk says, oh, you know what? If you just spend $8.93 more, you could get another $10 in Kohl's Cash. There are 10 people behind you, but they all shop at Kohl's too, obviously. So you stop and you go, guys, You know what I'm going to do, so hold on. And you run to the sock aisle, and you get as many socks or whatever you can get that gets to $8.20 as close as you can, and then you run back in marathon style and sprint style to the checkout to get your $10 cash. And this all is perfectly logical to us because you just got yourself an extra $1.80 or something like that, whatever it is. And we love it. And then also when you're shopping a sale and you check out and the clerk goes, you know what? You saved $400 today. $400? Well, that's pretty incredible. Are you going to give me that $400? She goes, no, ma'am, I'm just telling you how much you saved. And say, well, that means, though, I have $400 to spend somewhere else. She goes, exactly. And when you go home, you don't mention to your husband or your boyfriend that you spent $500. You just say, I saved us $400 today. And I'm going out tomorrow, and I'm buying more shoes. That's the conversation we all have. I love that one on money. Another thing that makes us really crazy and drives us crazy is food. Okay, we love to eat. We love to eat when we're happy, to celebrate. We love to eat when we're depressed and blue. We love to eat when we're bored, when we're tired. We love to eat when we're starving. The one I don't get is we love to eat when we're full. You know, it's like Thanksgiving dinner full, and you're like, ooh, a brownie sounds really good at that now. Well, here are some of the funny things women do about food that are so unusual. First of all, from the bottom of our hearts, we want to thank the Nabisco Company for coming up with those 100-calorie snack packs, okay? Is this the greatest delusion in the world? You're thinking you're in the store going, 100 calories, that's good. That's nothing. Of course, there's 2 crackers in them, but still. And there's an urban myth, guys, that there's a woman just outside of Chicago who actually only eats 1 package at a time. I want to meet her. I think she's been on Oprah. I'm not sure. But so you take these home and you're thinking, wow, this is fantastic. I can just eat 100 calories. And then you're sitting there and the entire package, you know, there's 10 or 12 in a package and they're all gone, and you can still rationalize and say, well, they were each just 100 calories. It's okay. The same thing is true of serving sizes on those wonderful Thin Mints that those little Girl Scouts sell, which, by the way, I think they're like drug dealers. You know, I'm sorry. They could probably be selling marijuana in Colorado now because those Thin Mints, they get you. And I only buy them to help the Girl Scouts, trust me. And that's why there are 25 boxes in my freezer. And I don't even bother to defrost them. I just eat them frozen and then go see the dentist immediately afterwards. But here's the thing. They come in those 2 sleeves, those 2 plastic sleeves, right? Those are each 1 serving, those sleeves. No, I'm serious. Now, it doesn't say that on the box, but in our world of problem solving, this is what we say. It's 1 serving, right? So enjoy, and then you go through your 25 boxes. Another thing women are so crazy about food is when we go to lunch together. Why is it that this is what women always want to do? Oh, I haven't seen you in so long. Let's have lunch. Oh, I saw you yesterday. Let's have lunch. It doesn't matter. We want to have lunch together. And we go to restaurants, and you look around at the tables, and what are we all eating? All these women having lunch together. Thank you. Salads. But here's how we order them. I'll have a salad, but I'd like the croutons on the side, and I'd like the cheese on the side, and I'd like the dressing on the side, and I'd like a side order of French fries. Okay, you've been there. Don't tell me you haven't. Because here is the thing, guys. Eating something that's very healthy and low-cal actually allows you to eat something very fattening, and you don't have to feel any guilt about it. And this is the way women's minds work. And this is the way we find solutions to all of our problems. Another place where food drives us crazy is, oh my God, the break room. Did they invent the break room just to make us crazy? Okay, I personally believe that Weight Watchers should set up a counselor at every break room in every company in America and probably all over Europe too. And just stand there going, do you know the count on that? Do you know the count on that? Okay, because we start out in the morning and there are leftover bagels and croissants and muffins from the morning meeting with the CEO. And then somehow at lunch there's a vat of pasta. You don't even know where that came from. And then in the afternoon there's birthday cake and people bring... I love it that your colleagues bring food from their home because they don't want to get fat. They bring it to the break room so that you'll get fat, okay? I think there's something there about women wanting to hurt women when they bring more food to the break room. I really do. But here is my friend Sally's brilliant solution to that. She actually wrote an email to her entire staff, including the CEO, and said, if anybody catches me eating any food in the break room that I did not bring from home, I will pay you $50. She told her husband, and he was petrified about losing the house. And she vowed she'd be able to handle it. But after a few times that she had to write a check out for somebody for $50, it actually worked. Now, that is just a genius, brilliant strategy, right? And again, I want to get back to the fact that if you can think those things up, there is nothing somebody can throw at you that you can't do. You know, we've all had those moments. Maybe you were offered a big promotion and you thought, I don't think I can do that. That's too big for me. Or there was a big project that you had to do. Maybe one of your kids wants you to coach their soccer team and you do not know anything about sports or athletics. Maybe it's something you want to do, a fundraising event. Maybe it's something with your church or your synagogue. Whatever it is, guys, whatever someone throws at you, instead of thinking, oh, I can't do that, stop and think about all the brilliant things that you do to solve problems and say, you know, I probably can do just about anything. Look at the way I handle other things. Which leads me to my last point about how women play hide and seek and how brilliant we are at playing hide and seek. So the first one, we got to get back to shoes again. We're always getting back to shoes. And my friend, Georgia, found this shoe store that every pair of shoes was $19.99. Okay, not $20, you know, because that would be too high. That's too much to spend, but $19.99. So this is a true story. She went in and she bought 10 pair of shoes at one time. Because how can you resist? Now, for the men in the audience, that really isn't that bad because a pair of designer shoes is probably even more than that. But meanwhile, she's driving home and she's so excited about all her new shoes and her little gift boxes. And she thought, how am I going to get this in the house? I can't hide 10 pair of shoes walking into the house. So the first thing she did is that she went to the grocery store and she went to the dumpster behind the grocery store and she threw out all the cardboard boxes. So that was going to be a little bit easier to bring them in. She has this strategy. She drives home, she gets into the garage, and she puts all the shoes in an empty garbage can in the garage. Okay, you all are thinking where this is going, aren't you? Mm-hmm. That the husband took the garbage out, except that he's a husband, so he never takes the garbage out without her telling. So she knew that was not a problem. So she woke up in the middle of the night and she got her shoes and she put them in the closet and she interweaved them with the old shoes so that he would never know. Okay, this is brilliant. I mean, this is just a brilliant person who can figure this out. The next thing in hide and seek is it has to do with our cell phones. I know every one of you in this room has lost your cell phone. You can't find your cell phone. You know it's somewhere in the house, right? And you look everywhere. You start where you last were watching television. You go to your computer, see if you were using it there. You empty out your purse on the bed, literally even the little inside zipper compartments. You find old candies. You find things we can't talk about in a family-friendly audience. But you still can't find it. You go to the freezer. You go to the refrigerator, anywhere, the silverware drawer. And then suddenly it hits you. You're talking on the phone. The phone is in your hand. And you think to yourself, I'm really going crazy here. But this isn't even enough because my friend Geraldine decided she actually went and got a landline just so that she could call her cell phone and find it because she didn't want to go through that again. Now, that's a great strategy. Another great hide and seek moment is this new thing is everybody's so friendly when they invite you to a dinner party or a party and you're so happy to be invited and suddenly out of your mouth from nowhere you say, what can I bring? And it used to be people would say, oh, nothing. Or they'd say, oh, bring a bottle of wine. Now they say things like, could you bake a loaf of bread? Sourdough. That would be great. That would work for, or how's this one? Could you bring a beef Wellington? That would hit the spot. I really think so. Are you kidding me? So anyway, my friend has come up with a strategy, which is fantastic. And what she does now is she doesn't say, can I bring something? She says, can I bring dessert? And when she says that, and of course the hostess always says, oh yeah, that's a great idea. She goes to the grocery store. She gets a frozen Sara Lee pie. She bakes it up. They're delicious, by the way. Not that I would know this from having done this. And she bakes the pie, and then she puts it in a glass pie tin so that it's clear that she's made it herself. And I say that is really having the glass dish half full. Okay? And I think this is brilliant. And this just leads us to the whole idea that you have so many brilliant strategies you come up with all the time that you don't even think about. You are really a genius in having the confidence to know that you can solve anything. And I want you to remember that that crazy is a 4-letter word. Now, I know that there's another letter in there, and it's not one of those 4-letter words we can't talk about. But next time you think this is making me crazy, I want you to think of the 4-letter word stop. Stop worrying, because you always figure out how to do things. You never let yourself down on this. You always figure out a way, and you always find that you can do anything you need to do. So stop worrying, stop driving yourself crazy, and instead drive yourself fast forward, and you might just run into a new dream. Thank you very much.